Okay, I think we're live. Welcome everyone. My name is Betsy Wilson of William Pitt Sotheby's International Realty, and I'm here today to talk about our second quarter market watch and this crazy market. So write in your questions if anyone has any comments or questions, but I'm going to go over a couple basic things from the market watch. Q1 was definitely down for 2018 in our market, but second quarter is catching up from last year. The high end has some promising activity. Q1 was down because we saw a slowdown in the end of the fourth quarter of 2017 due to the tax reform and people taking their time deciding if they wanted to buy, and so thus there was less pendings in the end of Q4 into Q1. So that's kind of why we were down. It seems like we're starting to gain some more momentum through the middle of this year, and I hope through the fall that that will pick up and we stand the chance to level out to the same as last year. Fairfield County unit sales for Q2 year over year are down 4%. That's the entire Fairfield County. Sales volume is down 8%. At the halfway point of the year, we find ourselves with 4% down in units and 6% down in volume compared to 2017. So definitely not an up market, but there are for sure some opportunities. I'm going to go into a couple detailed points about Fairfield County, and then I'll talk about those three opportunities that I think people should be aware of in this market. Fairfield County sales remain down slightly behind from last year. We'll see what happens with sellers and buyers. It seems like both of them are kind of at a head-to-head, and there's a gap. Sellers, a lot of them feel like I don't need to sell. A lot of buyers feel like they don't need to buy. And until people get realistic about prices and they meet in the middle, we're just not going to see those sales happen. There's also been strange changes in inventory. In some towns there's excessive inventory, and in other towns there's not enough inventory at certain price points. So we see anomalies across the board that are causing less sales. The second point I want to make about Fairfield County, and these are all in the market report that you can get if you go to my website or email me at bwilson@wpsir.com. The second point about Fairfield County is our lower price segments are active. It seems like buyers at the lower end are still interested in moving. They're still motivated in moving out of New York City. Westchester still has people who want to flee the taxes there and move to Fairfield County. So that entry-level sub 1 million market remains hot, although we are seeing less activity than previous years. I would also say that our lower end market in New Canaan has some activity, but maybe there's not as much great inventory right now, and we are also seeing activity between 1.5 and 2.5, which would be our typical move up buyer. And those people are still interested because life changes happen. People have kids, they need to move to a bigger house, they need to move up. So we're still seeing that in the market. The other thing is luxury is selling. It's a buyer's market. We're definitely seeing activity in our luxury end. For New Canaan, that would be the $2.5 to $5 million range. We're seeing more sales than previous years. I would say more buyers are active, and perhaps some of them are not buyers that were looking. They were buyers that saw inventory come up, and that leads us to my next point, which is there's incredible value right now in the high-end market, especially the higher end market over 5 million, and certainly the ultra high end market has a lot of value right now. A house that you may have seen someone buy for $3.5 million and put $1 million in is now selling for less than what they paid in some cases. There are opportunities for people who are willing to invest in real estate and look for something on the luxury market. In the ultra high end, there are certainly buyers, international buyers out right now, and we're seeing some great properties on the market. Great Island is one example that will set a record when it sells, hopefully for highest priced property in the state of Connecticut to sell. There are definitely opportunities for people that are willing to put work into something. We're seeing this in other regions where The ultra high end, for example, in Vale, people are buying legacy homes. They may buy a home that hasn't been updated or redecorated for 10 years, 15 years. They invest with their family, they spend $500,000 to $1 million, and they're able to flip that property to another high-end buyer who doesn't want to do anything once it's completed. So there's investment opportunity, and there's opportunity for first home buyers at that market. The final point in the market report for Fairfield County is that fresh inventory is hard to come. I personally believe there is a lot of inventory, but the quality of inventory varies. I don't know how to say this politely to our sellers, but there is a big difference between a properly prepared home for sale and a home that someone's lived in for 20 years and hasn't done a lot of work. Buyers are very savvy. They want to use their full buying power to buy the home. They don't want to reserve part of their buying power so they have cash to do work, because the thing that they don't have in excess is time. So I would say good quality inventory is hard to find. And that brings me to the 3 opportunities in this market right now. So the first is moving up. People who are able to move up from one home to the next in whatever price range you're at. There's an opportunity. You may take a loss on your sell side, but you're going to make a tremendous gain on your buy side right now. So if you've been thinking about moving up, or you've been looking at the options, now is a great time to talk to a real estate agent about that. I can help you do a CMA on your current house and decide what price is an aggressive pricing strategy to get your house sold, and tell you about the inventory that's available, so we can talk about value to be made up on the buy side. There's also a lot more financing options available than people might think, and ways to get a good deal on that. So there are opportunities there. Second opportunity, sellers who prepare their home for sale will be rewarded. Those sellers who take the time to prepare their listing and who do the work they need to do to paint it, clean it up. I'm not just talking decluttering, I'm talking improvements. You need to fix everything that has, every squeaky door needs to be fixed. Kitchen cabinets updated, fresh, clean look, small upgrades everywhere. The sellers that take the time to do that and invest a little bit of money into making those changes are going to reap that reward in less price reductions and in sales. So I think there's a huge opportunity for sellers who want to sell to be the first one to sell in their price point or in their against their competitors by preparing their house. The third opportunity point is that if you're someone who is not in the market, if you have been renting, if you have sold your house and you're not sure what to do, if you're moving from another area, now is the time to get in the market. If you get in the market now, when things are down a little bit, and ride it out, in a couple years when you're ready to move again, or however long that is, that investment's going to really pay off when the market comes around. So just a couple tips. If you have any questions, give me a call or put a comment below. I'm happy to reply. And of course, I'll include the link below this post or on my website, betsywilson.com, to the Market Watch. And if you'd like to receive this every quarter by email, feel free to reach out and I'll add you to the list so you'll get it as soon as it's available. All right, thanks so much. Appreciate everyone for listening. Have a great day.